So step number 8. Now, this one you might think is a bit wild. Handwritten notes. Yes, I still do them. Yes, I write them myself. You don't always have to handwrite them, but you might have, another way of doing it. But I think it is one of the nicest things you can do because, in today's world, and this is why, the podcast is old school writing notes, new world. Everybody thinks it's all digital. Why this is so important. We have to remember the principles and values from yesteryear and how much impact they can still have today. When you're helping and serving someone and you've done such a great job and you're asking for a referral, you've called them for a post-funding call. Again, talked all about this in the follow-up. And then you manage to find the time and you want to, from here, not here, from here, meaning the heart, not the head. And you write a thank you card and maybe attach, I reimburse clients and friends appraisals as part of my thank you. But it's the handwriting that's important. Because remember, Canada Post, you're in Canada, so Canada Post, they're on strike. That means mail still goes around. Obviously, things get sent around Canada all the time. And one thing people will always, whether they're young or they're old, they always love to open something up. Especially if it has a message of thanks and appreciation and, goodwill. They're always open to receiving it. And I'll give you an example. Again, back to telling stories when you're trying to convey a message. When we were all in grade school, Valentine's Day comes up as an idea. We used to, at least in my school, we used to have Valentine's, Radol, you be my Valentine. And then we'd pass around the class. Everybody loved that. We were young kids. Sometimes you have to forget it's okay to be childlike. It's so important to remember that we're all big kids. And so when we were doing that exchange, there was a feeling that's created by doing back and forth. Some of you might have stories about, I liked Susie. I passed her up a note, passed it to my friend in front of me, passed it to her friend, and passed it to her. It's notes, handwritten notes. So they go a long way. Families that are abroad, globally for that matter, when does the most cards go out? Christmas cards. So they're saying, Merry Christmas, we miss you. So a lot of families put pictures of their families, they mail it out. That all comes through mail, and they keep it. Some people still have, nice, really old ones they put them on their tree. Sometimes cards come, my mom would do this quite a bit where our Christmas tree, she would put up and she would put the cards that would come from, relatives, friends, and have it on the tree for the Christmas cards from yesteryear. So writing and putting together a handwritten note, showing your thanks and appreciation and just saying thank you goes a long way. They may never tell you, that was a really meaningful card, but they don't have to because it doesn't matter if they do or not. Because back to, you have to do it from the heart, not the head. You know that you're doing it because you just want to say thank you. And that alone is, I feel, important to be in your everyday practice or, keep on tying everything's into DNA, but it's in your DNA. We are all born good people, and so we want to make sure that we have other people feel what we're doing. So it's a bit old school, yes. Some people, they say, oh, Mike, how do you find the time? Guys, I help and serve anywhere between 100 to 150 clients. Now, a lot of some are single, like individual transactions as a couple. So let's call it, out of the 150, let's round down, let's just say 70 thank you cards. Mike, how do you find time to write the thank you cards? This is a good lead in to time management. I just find it because I know it's important. It literally, guys, if you're closing 10 transactions a month, 20 transactions, you might be sending on average 12 thank you cards a day. Maybe you, in your calendar, okay, on this date, I'm writing all these thank you cards. I know brokers that send their Christmas cards. They pick out a day and they have all the ones that they want and they send it out that's part of their, how they build rapport and connect with clients and show their appreciation. So you just carve out a bit of time to do the handwritten notes because it's funny, the smallest things sometimes lead to the biggest results. So something as small as, 3 or 4 sentences in the thank you card can lead to greater opportunities and greater things that happen down the road. In that card, you may want to reiterate they really appreciate you. And if you have anyone you care about, it would love an opportunity to help and serve them. You appreciate a referral. There's different ways, but again, it has to come from the heart. I keep on saying this. You'll find this episode talking a lot about the heart because these actions that we take to help and serve and to build what we're doing for others, we're in service. And so it always has to come from the right place.